Recently, I made this, and now it's time to make something for a different god. A change-focused god. Greetings everyone, I am Sister Lilia and welcome to my armory. So, I am doing another Monster Bash build. I drew these cards. I did not end up getting the notification in time to submit any. And before I make creations based off these, it's time to make something to fight them. Welcome to Monster Bash 6, The Sister and the Demons. It had all gone wrong, though few would care to admit it. The Sisterhood had come to this world to purge it of a chaos cult that had been spreading foul ideologies, and what they were met with was a full-blown demonic invasion. Unholy creatures that hurt the soul to look at spawned from all over the planet. Portals were wrought everywhere, and before the sisters could properly land their forces, they were assailed. The entire crusade, as it had become considered by the canoness, was a failure. Most of the mission of sisters had fallen, martyred in the name of the Emperor. Some, like Sister Sacrosanct Callier Doran, still held firm. Indeed, as it turned out, the relic she had been passed had anti-demonic properties, and proved its mettle many times, immolating demons and heretics as they approached. But her numbers had dwindled. The sisters around her had fallen en masse. She had come to this world accompanied by 3 full squads of sacrosancts ready to smash down the ideologies of the enemy, and now but 5 remained, each wounded in their own way, though none cared to admit it. So I guess I might as well start with making the body for these things. Given the design, they look kind of like stingrays, so let's go from there. On to the lore, which is actually a tangent. The cults of change had long sought to control this world. Indeed, they had proven to be the strongest amongst the cults on the world, but they were not the first to summon their masters and minions. Indeed, Cult of Decay had beaten them to it, summoning a Leech Lord, but they were not far behind, summoning torrents of demons, many of which were as likely to attack them as they were the enemies of the cult. And indeed, the various demonic forces ended up being as much of a threat to each other. But this did not concern the cultists. They had won this world as far as they were concerned. All deaths upon it were going to be more souls for their gods. At this point, many had started to mutate themselves. Changes brought on by their new lord, but many more had simply been sacrificed in grand rituals, as had most of the world's populace. But darker things were soon to come, for the demons of Tzeentch are rarely to be trifled with, and many horrors awaited those who had sworn fealty. So before I talk about these, I'm trying to reach 400 subscribers by the end of the year. If you've enjoyed the build, feel free to hit like and subscribe. Anyway, on to actually talking about them. So, details-wise, I'll grab that one first. We've got that web pattern that we had from the cards. We've got the spikes from the cards. We've got the tentacles with eyes and an attempt at mouths. We've got the tentacle tail thing with the funky pattern on it. We've got the bull mouth with the horns. And we've got the, what's the term for it? Stingray style body, even with the face. Now there's an extra hole there because there was originally going to be a stand, but I messed up the stand. But yeah, I decided to extend the spikes and the eyes around the fronts of the model because I liked the look of it. And that's as good a reason for doing doing such as anything. As for the model itself, this is where the whole idea started. I originally planned on having the model be... This build was originally just this model. And then I went, you know what, let's make demons. Given we're entering an era of change, whether good or bad, let's make some demons of change to go with it. That, and I didn't think I could keep all the details that from the cards onto the just the base. So yeah, I am glad I kept that sword and shield aside. I spotted the Reaper Miniatures model that had them back in like 2019 or 2018 and went, yeah, that'll work. I'll put that aside. Never did anything with it until now. Glad I had the bit. As for the rest of the sister, I've made her using bits that I had in the bits box, as you saw. This build, the main thing that cost money was the milliput. Wow, did I underestimate how much milliput I was going to need. I went through 2 whole incomplete containers and like partially used. I went through, I think, a third whole container almost. And now I'm down to the bottom of one last one that is going to get used for basing as I normally do. Because like that's similar to how I do my bases for my Sisters of Battle. And I've got a lot of Sisters of Battle that need bases right now. And Imperial Agents that use the same. Oh boy, so much putty. Oh, I think there's alternatives through hardware stores that are a bit cheaper. But yeah, I quite like the details that I added to the model, and like stained glass shield. I'm half tempted to use that shield again on Sacrosanct, although I made that mistake with my Crusaders. Oh boy, adding an extra like 60 to the cost just through shields. I might try and make my own. Anyway. These were a fun build, even if I did get sick multiple times while working on it, as if Nurgle didn't want me to work on something from another god. That's why this video wasn't out weeks ago, or at least end of last week. I was sick multiple times throughout this build. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe for more, and if you have suggestions of creatures you'd like to see me make, particularly that might be useful in tabletop gaming, feel free to let me know. And if you'd like to see me conversion build units for the Sisters of Battle, please leave those suggestions in the comments. Or for the Inquisition and Imperial Agents. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.